Good morning, peoples. Yes, that's how we start out the Drive Time Rant. Anyways, hey everybody, Sean here, Detroit Diz, and it's another great, big, beautiful today in the D. It's a glorious day, not a cloud in sight. It's 34 degrees, and it's supposed to be getting up into the 50, like the mid 50s, 55 degrees of a high temperature today in the D. Anyhow, this is the Drive Time Rant. Welcome to the Drive Time Rant. I don't know. We have to get a musical tune or something like that. We have to make something up that sounds good. I'll figure that out. But yeah. What is going on? So the Detroit Tigers, let's talk about some Detroit sports. Let's give the rundown. The Detroit Tigers are still in first place. Well, I think they are. I did not look at the score last night. And I know the game went late, but I believe that they won, so they would be 8-5. They're still playing better than the Cleveland Indians, which is like great. But, you know, the longer it goes, they have a lot of games. You know, baseball has a ton of games. You know, I mean, a ton. They have a ton of baseball games that they play throughout the year. I don't know the entire amount, what the count number is. I don't keep track. But it's very early in this season, and anything could change. But every win is a chance to add on to the lead, and that's all that really counts, you know. So yeah, so the Masters is ongoing. I do like golf. I watch golf. I'm actually taking golf lessons right now, starting up this next week, from a PGA professional coach. What a type. And I cannot wait to go. I'm actually participating in a program called PGA Hope, which is where veterans, any veteran, can get free lessons for about 6 to 8 weeks from a PGA coach or professional. And I think it's a really good program. It helps you develop your skills for golf. And so this year, part of my summer, spring exercising, get back into shape, is golf, hiking and biking, and walking. So there you go. Hopefully it works for all three. All three is going to work out pretty well. So I'm pretty excited for playing golf. I'm also going to be a PGA Marshal again at the Rocket Mortgage Classic. They're just calling it the Rocket. I think they're dropping the word classic, even though I think that the word classic for anything in Detroit is great, because it just gives that classic cars, classic, the stuff. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But that's going to be in the end of June here in Detroit at the Rocket Mortgage, at the Rocket maybe they're calling it the Rocket Classic. I forget the new name. I should know it by now. So that's what I'm doing this summer. Looking forward to that. And then what else is happening? I want to talk about right quick journaling, because I have a new journaling method, sort of, that I wanted to talk about right quick, because I think it's important for everyone to use a journal. Maybe I should make this into a separate video. I should really make this into a separate video, and I will. But I started journaling heavily in 2020, and then it kind of dropped off, and now it's kind of coming back. But my methods have changed a little bit of how it's happening. But I'm going to make a whole video on that, about my planning journaling and how journaling is not planning and all that other stuff. Look forward to that. Maybe I'll make that this weekend, today or tomorrow, a great video about journaling and planning and how they're not, how they're similar but not so similar. They're sort of similar. Anyways, but I will go over that, and I think that would probably enlighten a lot of people on how to help organize yourself and get better along those lines and work on goals and stuff like that. So, I'm not an expert, trust me, on I'm not a life coach or anything else like that. But I do have a lot of things to say. Excuse me. Wow. About this kind of stuff. So, it's early in the morning, and the grasses are looking greener and greener every single day as we move along into April. April showers is helping too, but the temperatures in the 50s more than they are in the 40s is helping, and also the trees I could see it now, have a lot of that those red. They have the buds on them. The leaves are getting ready to roll, and allergy season is upon us. So every morning I have to take an allergy pill, because my allergies caused by this kind of stuff is really, really bad. So almost asthmatic, almost. But I take certain, like a Claritin, or I take an XYZAL. That's the actual name of the allergy medication. I take it, and it works really well. Every person may need a different allergy medication, because not everybody reacts the same. And I think it's really important to make sure that you don't get overburdened by your allergies. But yes, trees are starting to, here's a tree right here with little leaves on it. Yay! They're starting to come back. I know in some places that the trees, the cherry blossoms were blossoming in DC. I think some of these are probably cherry blossoms. I'm not sure, but I cannot wait till those bloom. We'll have to find a place here locally that has a lot of these. I do know one place that has a lot of these cherry blossoms, and they usually are popping about next week, probably around Easter time, in the middle of April, or before the end of April. But there's some trees also here that never lost all of their leaves from the fall time. And my thought about that, and it's very, because of the winters have been not so harsh or windy or cold, that cold, and all the leaves didn't fall. What happens to those trees that have leaves left over from last fall that never fell? Can you say fallen, haven't fallen? I don't know. That's a word soup right there. So, yeah, what happens to those leaves on those trees? Did they just fall off? Did the new leaves push them off? I got to research into that. That's a homework assignment. Add it to my Blues Clues notebook. My checklist. Look up what happens to leaves that have stayed on all winter, and do they eventually fall off, or do they stay on the tree all summer long, and possibly see if they make it through next summer. I mean, you're a leaf. You're like, yeah, don't shake me off, man. We're gonna try to make it another year. I don't know. That's an interesting question I've had for now since fall time. I never really thought about it before, but now I do. It's just one of those things. You ever have thoughts that you have, that you're thinking about that you have questions, and that's why you have a journal, that you just write things down, and in those great questions in life, you try to you research them out and you figure them out. Look, it's really easy to research things now because you have Google, and now you have Chat GPT, which really is better than Google searching almost. I think Chat GPT, that's one thing. Do you prefer asking a Chat GPT to get you information, or do you ask Google? Now, Google, let me go here and say this much. Recently, for the last several months, when you ask Google something, it's basically, I feel like you're asking Chat GPT or some type of AI search, because it is searching for you, and then it gives you a little paragraph of a summarization of what it found on the interwebs. And I think that's kind of cool. It is a great tool, but I don't know. I mean, is it going to, what if that information that it gathered was not like the best or whatever? Yeah. So you may not like that, or you may think that's ingenious and you're like, this is great. It gave me a little paragraph. I could summarizing a bunch of, different websites that gathered information and kind of put it all together. I think that's the great thing about AI. But then again, you might get fake information, fake, false, not so true information. Yeah. I don't know. It's all new stuff. All new stuff. So there's a car in front of me called a Toshiba Kicks. Is it a Toshiba Kicks? I don't know. It says a Kicks. It's a Kicks car, an SR, all-wheel drive. It kind of looks electric, but I don't know. I can't tell. It's a newer car. Maybe it's not a Toshiba. It's not a Toshiba. I don't know why I said that. It looked like it. I don't know who makes it. It's a Kicks. K-I-C-K-S. Like a karate kick. And I don't know. It's a new car. So I'm going to now want to know who makes... Oh, it's a Nissan Kicks. Now I can see it clearly. The sun was behind me, and it's beating down on the car in front of me, and it was glaring so bad I did not see the logo, and the logo is not so great. A Nissan Kicks. I never heard of that before, but hey, it's a thing. It's a thing here. It's like a ninja. You see a ninja. There's a ninja, and then there's a lot of kung fu kind of cars. I don't know. A Rogue. A Rogue is kind of like a. I can't remember who makes the Rogue, but I think it's a Nissan Rogue. I'm not sure, but Rogues are kind of like ninjas, sort of. They're not the same. They're not the same. A Rogue is like a stealthy kind of moving kind of person, similar to how a ninja would work. But that's interesting. Competing cars, probably. A Rogue versus a Ninja. I don't know if they make a Ninja car, but they might. I don't know. Somebody should come out with one. I'm just saying. I'm giving ideas to whoever's listening. So, and that's what happens in a rant. So we're going to go down. No, we're not going to go down. Will we go down? What time is it? Oh, yeah, maybe we won't have to go down the bumpy road. Because the bumpy road. There is a bumpy road that is very bumpy. It's, Michigan, our governor was supposed to, she says she's going to fix those damn roads. Usually I don't swear. But she does when using the word dam. It's not a water dam. It's a dam roads. And not a road dam either. But that's great. I think that, if we can get the roads fixed, the damn roads fixed, that would be great. We have a lot of potholes, a lot of roads that haven't had work on them for a long time, and we could definitely use nicer roads so that our tires and our suspension of our vehicles aren't taking the brunt. I mean, they're not abused or I don't know. You know, they give you a warranty for so many years, but if your car is having to go through rough terrain, then, you know, it's like somebody who, you know, has gone through life and they've been rough on their body. You know, it's just like a car. It should be smooth, on the smooth road. So smooth. It's buttery smooth. Anyways, I'm just saying. That's why I hope that we continue to have a lot more money to fixing the roads. I don't know. And then there's these people who think that Michigan should have a toll road, which I don't think that's a great idea. We don't have any toll roads in Michigan yet. I say yet because you never know what lawmaker and what governor will agree together that we need some type of toll roads. But I don't think that that's a thing yet. I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. So, yeah. It's a glorious day in the D. I'm digressing back to that. I'm digressing back to it's a beautiful day in the D, because it actually is, and I have to say it is. So I want to say that, first of all, I want to say kudos and thank you to all of my subscribers. There's 660 something of you now. For everyone who watches these drive time rants. I don't know if you like the drive time rant. If you like the drive time rant, the way that we're doing the drive time rant, it's actually very, very safe. We have two hands on the wheel, you know, at all times. We're just talking. It's like we're talking to ourselves, really. This is not interactive. It's actually pretty safe, by the way. Driving is important, and you should always make driving the priority of everything that goes in your car, over your radio, over everything. Driving is super important. But yeah, so this is a great. I like doing the drive time brand. It's a great way to kind of talk about what's going on. It's very, what's my word? It's very therapeutic, may I say. And yeah, it's therapeutic. It's a great thing. Anyways, so I want to appreciate all of our subscribers and everybody who watches the videos, and just give it a thumbs up. But anyways, people, it's been a glorious day starting out, and hope that the week is going to go, the rest of the weekend is going to be great too. We're not supposed to be having any rain or snow, and that's a good thing. Anyways, talk to you guys real soon again, and for now, you know what time it is. Over and out.